Well, hello ladies and gents, and welcome back to Manor Lords. In this episode, we've got some very exciting news to share with you guys. So if you're just tuning in, welcome to episode 3 of our Manor Lords Let's Play series. Manor Lords has had an update, a new patch has been released, and there's been huge development in gameplay mechanics and a lot of other stuff, including a brand new map named Twin Lakes. We will be getting into that in a different video in more detail, but in this video, this episode, be aware that some of the mechanics has changed, and we will explore it as we go through this episode. So in episode 2, we've got some trade established. We continue to grow our city with vegetable gardens, and we even defeated some raiders. In episode number 3, we will be continuing with this journey, trying to up our economy a bit, getting an influx of coin through trade, and maybe even going after some more raiders in this episode. Stay tuned. Yeah guys, so welcome back to Manor Lords. My name is Rudy and thank you for joining us on episode 3. This one is called Industrial Ambition, because that's exactly what we want to do. We want to start growing our industry a bit more, focusing on trade, getting a few goods in and trying to make some cash out of it. So yeah, welcome and thank you for joining me. If you haven't watched episode 1 and episode 2, please be sure to do so, and I thank you in advance for your support. Please consider subscribing, giving the video a like, and let's see how far we can push this. Alright, so first things first, at our trading post, let's see what trades we currently have. I don't think we've really set anything up yet, so what I want to do is start with planks. I know in the previous episode I said we don't get a lot in cash from planks, but that's a good starting point. That's something we have an abundance of, is wood. So let's start trading planks. I just want to make sure that I set my surplus or my desired surplus to 0 for the time being, and then I'll change it back later as we see we need some more planks for building stuff. So let's go to the advanced tab in our sawpit, and for timber I'm going to set the limit down a bit. The reserve I'll set it to 5. Currently we have 15 and we have 57 planks. That is quite good, so we'll just let our guys continue in creating some wealth for us. Also want to check out the forester's hut, seeing that we are in April. So basically summer has come around, it's a new year, and we will be definitely needing to plant some more trees. I'll add someone there, and let's check the work area out. I think just here will be perfect. I do see that we have no other families, unassigned families to guide the ox, and that means that we'll have to build some more burgage plots so that we can get a few more settlers to move in. We can also check out our fuel. I remember the charcoal kiln is something that we built last time, and that we also had in mind to export some of that charcoal at the trading post. I'm just gonna reduce this with 1 family so that we've got an unassigned family available, and then let's go back to the trading post again. And to the fuel section. Oh yeah, and that is right, I do remember now that we did in fact start exporting charcoal, and we set a desired surplus of 50, so that's good. That can keep our village going strong. At the moment we do have 15 months worth of fuel. That's a lot, so let's start selling some of that so that we can start making some coin. Perfect, so we'll just let these guys chug along. Looks like they are busy working to bring us some additional cash in. And then the other thing that I wanted to start focusing on is leveling up some of our burgage plots, because that will in fact generate tax and we need that money. Let's see what we need. Requirements are not met. We need meat, fishes, animal produce, that you can see here at the bottom. So it looks like food might be a bit of a problem. Let's just make sure that our hunting camp is going, and we've got 2 families assigned here, so that's pretty good. They will soon start filling those requirements, and then we can start upgrading. I do also see here on the marketplace that we are almost at capacity. We've only got 1 stall of each, 1 stall from the granary and 1 stall from the storehouse. And if we don't enlarge our marketplace pretty soon here, we won't be able to supply all of our requirements to our burgage plots. So we'll have to make the market a bit bigger, and we'll get on that instantly. Alright, so let's get that marketplace built a little bit bigger. There we go, that'll be just fine. And now I want to go ahead and demolish this one. That also means if we want additional stalls that we will have to add more families to our granary and also to our storehouse. But seeing that we do not have enough available or unassigned families at the moment, I think it's a good idea for us to start building a few more burgage plots. Alright, so once again I want to focus on giving these burgage plots bigger backyards, especially if we want to start industrializing our village, so that they've got a bit more space to work with, if it is for chickens and other animals or for vegetable gardens. Let's just give them some space. That seems pretty good to me. So while construction is underway here in the rain, we shouldn't forget to go and have a look at our farm. I think that's quite important. I actually forgot to take a look at it earlier in the episode. Okay, so we've got the ox and 1 family, if I remember correctly. Oh, there's a few families at the farm, which is actually a problem because we only need 1. That's my mistake. Pretty sure construction will be going a bit quicker now. And with the new update, here's where the first bit of information comes in. This field is actually set to rye, but rye has now been changed to a winter crop, which means we will not be able to plant it in May. We'll have to wait to the end of the year. So that means this year there will in fact not be a harvest from this field. But not to worry, not to worry. At least we do have some other resources available, which is the animals, the deer over there, and also the berries, which is a rich resource. So I think I'll go ahead and check if we can add another family to the forager hut, just to get those berries flowing in a bit faster. As you can see, they also have their herb garden growing. So that was another update that we did to the forager hut. And now they are able to grow some herbs, which means some extra food coming into our settlement, which is never a bad thing. Alright guys, so I think we should go and have a look if we can level up some of these level 1 burgage plots. All the requirements for this one have been met, so let's go ahead and upgrade. We'll do another upgrade. That one is already level 2 and level 1, so let's do an upgrade there as well. Like I said earlier, that will allow us to receive an income through taxation. I know it's not a good thing if you are the one paying it, but seeing that we are receiving it at this stage, definitely nothing to complain about. We do not have any timber left at this stage because of all the upgrades we just did, so I think we should go ahead and add some more families to the logging camp. There we go, that should be fine. Once again at the sawpit, I just want to increase the reserve limit a little bit, let's say to around 10. And then we must be sure to check on our woodcutter's lodge. We don't want to stop production completely, so we'll add someone here as well. Seeing that the charcoal kiln is going, it's gonna burn through quite a lot of firewood rather quickly, so it's good to have another family working and bringing us in some firewood. Just looking back at our farm over here, it seems like these families have indeed started to sow the rye, and like I understand, it's supposed to be a winter crop now, so I do think even though they are able to sow, it's going to affect our yield quite a lot. But never mind, it's better to have a small yield than have no yield. So we'll see what this crop does a bit further down the line. Alright, so sowing is completed. Let's have a look. So the predicted harvest is 50. It's supposed to be a bit more than that. But that's why I'm thinking, because we didn't plant this before winter, that might be affecting the predicted harvest. But we'll check it out once harvest season comes along. Okay, so very important. I need to start creating bows for our archers. You see the raiders attack is imminent. Well, it's still 281 days away. But we need to be prepared when that time comes. So what I'm gonna do is, I think on this side of our main road, on the left side, we'll continue with food production. So we will add things like chicken coops and some other animal pens. And then on the right side of the road is where we'll get into some more artisan work. In other words, what I want to do here is to add first and foremost a bowyer's workshop, so that it can start creating some war bows for us. Unfortunately, we still require about 6 planks, so let's get on that immediately. We'll see if we have enough people gathering planks for us. Alright, so planks will be coming in shortly. Let's speed things up a bit. Okay guys, you'll see that we don't have any planks. We are supposed to have planks, and I just remembered that we didn't set a limit on the trading post for how many planks we want in surplus. So I'm going to change this now to, let's say, 15 planks, and that way they won't export anything if we don't have at least 15 planks in a surplus. So once again, I'm going to speed it up. There we go, 10 planks in stock already. So let's go ahead and add the bowyer's workshop to this first burgage plot. Okay, and we have enough planks now to also add a joiner's workshop. Construction have been finished on the bowyer's shop, and that means we can go to the advanced tab and look at the production focus. So for the war bows, we only need 1 plank to make 1 war bow, and that's easy enough, so we're gonna keep it on that. If we want to produce crossbows, we're also gonna need iron parts. Now, seeing that we do not have a very rich iron deposit. We've got about 120 iron, and I also think we need to start mining that iron as soon as possible so that we can at least make a few crossbows out of it. Right here on the trading post, I will be stopping all the exports of the planks because we are going to be needing them now. The joiner's workshop has also been completed, and here we want to focus on the large shield production. Okay guys, so while we wait for the warbows to come into stock, I think what we'll have to do is start building a road for the purposes of mining the little bit of iron that we do have. Let's just see. Okay, perfect. So now that we've got the road in place, we'll start building a mining pit right over here, and then we can just let the road lead up to it all the way. On this side we've got a clay deposit, and I think we just need to start building another mining pit right over here for the clay, and we can get going on extracting both of those resources from the ground. There we go. I also thought we should just take a look at our vegetable garden. It looks like the carrots are growing nicely, so pretty soon we'll have some vegetables in our granary as well for our settlers to enjoy. Also a little view here of our bowyers and joiners workshop, so they are working away at creating those shields and those bows for us that we do need desperately. Okay guys, so when we look at our militia, you see that a unit consists out of 36 units or men. So what I want to do is go to the trading post, and we'll go to military stuff, and that's what we're busy creating now. You see we can export large shields for about 3 coin each. That's quite a lot, so I'm going to say export, but I do need 36 of these in surplus at all times, because that's the size of our unit that will be requiring those shields. Then at the warbows it's going to be the same thing. We can already say we want to add an archer unit. 36 is also the maximum that we can use there, so I'm gonna do the trade on the warbows as well and say that we will export if we have more than 36. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead with the construction of a bloomery, which will then convert the iron ore that we're extracting here into iron slabs. I see that I do not have enough goods at this stage. There we go. And then once we level up some more of these burgage plots and we build a blacksmith's workshop, he will then take those iron slabs to produce tools, spears and iron parts that we need to create more weapons. Now that we have a bunch of coin available, what I want to do is go ahead and add some chicken coops to the first 3 burgage plots, and that will allow us to have some eggs and chicken meat to eat as well. Food looking good at the moment, but as soon as winter time comes around then we'll have a problem, so it won't be a bad thing if we can incorporate some chickens. As you'll see, it's now September and harvest season has started, so we'll just wait for these 2 families to arrive and they will start taking care of this crop. So as you'll see, harvest has been taken care of, and now we have these rye sheaves inside our farmhouse. These families will now start removing the grain from the sheaves, and then we'll add someone to the windmill so that they can immediately start making flour. With the flour we can then bake bread. So now I want to go ahead and add a communal oven right across the road from the granary. That way we make logistics a bit easier and we can go ahead and bake some bread for our village. So the last thing that I want to do in this episode is to build myself a manor. Now for that we need a bit more planks, so I'm gonna go ahead and see that we limit the plank reserve to 20 for both the bowyer's workshop and the joiner's shop. You can see we've got a bunch of warbows and shields in stock, in storage, and that's what's allowing us to generate a nice income over there via our trade house. Our bloomery is also up and running right next to the iron mine, and they are chugging away, creating some iron slabs for us. So now that the slabs will be coming in, what I want to do is I want to add another artisan, which is a blacksmith's workshop, right to that third burgage plot. I also want to see if we have received any flour, and yes, we have received flour into our granary, which means we can add a family to the communal oven and they'll immediately start turning that flour into bread for our community. So when we look at the top here, we will see that there is a message saying building requires maintenance and may not proceed as efficiently or potentially collapse. So the first one will probably be the mining pit, but that still looks fine. The bloomery, however, does require immediate maintenance, and for that we need tools. I also think that I saw another place, the logging camp also requires maintenance. So we do not have any tools at the moment. What we can do is we can either import tools. That'll cost us around 13 coin per tool. The other option is to allow our blacksmith to create tools for us, but he's not up and running yet, so we need to solve that problem as quick as possible. Yeah, so I think we'll go ahead and trade in some tools or import tools. And let's say we need 5. And I will be establishing a trade route just to make sure that there's always a merchant coming by with the ability to supply those tools to us. Otherwise we will be having problems pretty soon, yeah. Then I also want to go ahead and just take a look at the map. There's another raider camp just outside of our territory, and then there's also 2 down here. So they are a bit further away, but seeing that they can bring us some coin, maybe we should think of trying to take over these raider camps before the end of this episode, and I think we're going to get right on that. So let's go ahead and enter our army view, and then we'll rally our militia. As well as the archer group. Okay, so there we go. All our forces are assembled and ready for battle. I must say it looks better with the archers included. So let's go ahead and see if we can start a fight somewhere. I'm sure that pretty soon the raiders will also be responding. They usually know when something's up. And there you go, raiders are incoming. I think we will immediately take a stand right here. And we'll get them into a defensive position with our archers a bit back. And we'll allow them to fire or shoot at will.
Shoot at will. Kill them all. Orders.
You can go ahead and push forward, guys. I must say these archers are quite effective. There we go. And here comes our victorious troops. Perfect. This time I'm going ahead and sending these resources to my treasury, and we'll get into the reason later. But I think while the troops are rallied, we will go ahead and try to take those other bandit camps as well.
Pick up the pace! Faster!
Okay, so this is going to be interesting. We are fighting this battle right here in the woods. And there we go, we won another one. So we'll go ahead and take this bandit camp as well. We've got 115 coin in our treasury and 663 in our regional wealth, so I'm gonna send this to my treasury as well. And then I just want to see how far we have to travel to get to that last bandit camp. I think we will be going ahead and doing that. Our troops are getting a bit tired, you'll see they are a bit fatigued. I'm just gonna stop them from running, and we'll let them form up there, maybe to have a little rest. I'm gonna place my archers right here, and then I'll have my spearmen form up in front of them, and then hopefully the raiders respond and they bring the battle all the way down here, because I don't want to fight an uphill battle right on this cliff side. So let's see what happens. Yep, here they come. And we will be ready. I think let's have them form a shield wall this time.
Shield wall. My lord. At my mark.
Let's see where those raiders are. Okay, they are on their way. Alright, and here the raiders come, or the bandits. Already taking arrow fire from our archers. And we will tell our troops that they can now fight back.
Everybody forward. Keep shooting.
Alright. Third group of bandits defeated. Perfect. Now we will not be needing the archers anymore. So I'll be sending them back home so that they can get to work while the spearman takes that last camp. And here we go, our spearmen arriving at the last bandit camp. Even if it is in drips and drabs. I can believe that they must be tired after fighting 3 consecutive battles. But nevertheless, we came out on top and we didn't lose a single guy. And once again, I will be sending the resources to my treasury. So there we go, just as the snow is starting to settle on the ground, our group of archers return from battle, exhausted, but at least victorious. And then, of course, not long after the archers, our group of brave spearmen marching back into town, carrying with them the spoils of war. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and disband them so that they can return to work. Okay guys, so it's definitely winter here in Altbrook. What a successful game episode this was. Thank you so much for joining me. In the next episode, we'll kick off with building that manor and seeing how far we can push this thing. Thank you so much for your support. Cheers.